A new initiative to raise D.C.'s minimum wage to $25 an hour could be on the ballot in November. Today, organizers launched the D.C. Living Wage for All campaign. Kelly Vaughn is live in Northwest D.C. with why organizers say this policy really reflects the true cost of living in the city, Kelly, and we know it is pretty pricey.
Yes, Annie. Right now, the minimum wage in D.C. is $17.95 an hour, and organizers here today say that's just not enough to keep up with the cost of living.
I want to have a city where the people that work in the city can afford to eat in the city, where people that work in the city can afford to live in the city. If you don't have that, then what's the point of doing business?
Business owners, workers, and labor leaders came together to announce the D.C. Living Wage for All proposed ballot initiative. The founder and CEO of Busboys and Poets, a D.C. restaurant and bookstore, says raising the minimum wage is needed to make D.C. a livable city, though he knows there will be resistance.
If you were to say we want to raise the minimum wage by 1 cent, the Business Association will come up with all kinds of spreadsheets telling you how the world is going to end.
If passed, the measure would be for every worker in D.C., including tipped workers. It would be phased in for non-tipped workers by July 2029 and for tipped workers by 2031. The director of the Living Wage for All coalition, who proposed the ballot measure, Trupti Patel, says this pushes back after the D.C. Council partially overturned Initiative 82.
When workers came to me and they said, what are you going to do now? What are we going to do now? They just took our money. And how are we going to fight back?
New polling done by Unite Here Local 25 shows 80% of D.C. voters support raising the living wage to $25 an hour.
It doesn't seem like the city here gets it. The district government gets it.
Union President Paul Schwab says wages in D.C. aren't keeping pace amid rising rent, food, and child care costs. And affordability is a top issue for voters heading into the 2026 elections. Not everybody, of course, is on board with this plan. The Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington tell me that they support fair wages, but, quote, constant ballot box policymaking with no economic analysis is not a responsible way to govern. They say another wage hike could further destabilize an already fragile restaurant industry. Now, supporters of this initiative now have 6 months to get more than 25,000 signatures if they want the measure on the ballot in November 2026. Reporting live in Northwest DC, Kelly Vaughn for WUSA 9.
Kelly, thanks for that. We know you'll stay on top of it.